Good day, everybody. This is Doug, the Modeling Hermit, and I've got two projects here today. I'm going to combine them into this series of videos because they really kind of correspond with each other. I've got two rebuilders. I bought these to go into my junkyard. One is a 1959 Mercury two-door hardtop. It's got a broken bumper on it, missing taillight spears and missing taillights, and it's got one broken vent post, or actually gone. Little discrepancies around the headlights, which are going to make great rust out areas. And then it's got a crack right along, right there we go, right along there. It's got a crack. This car actually looks to be restorable. It's got a real heavy layer of brushed on paint, so heavy that if you look there, the Park Lane emblem is really covered. Barely can see it at all. So that might be good or bad. I mean, we could be hiding all kinds of stuff, or it could be hiding the fact that the brush paint has saved the body. We're going to find that out as we take it apart and take a look at it. The 59 Buick was also bought to go into the junkyard. It's a two-door hardtop. About the biggest thing I can see is that it's got one broken rear window post there. Other than that, it doesn't look too bad. I think there has been some sanding off of door handles. That's a minor thing for me. One of the bumpers, one of the bumpers got a chip out on it, the back bumper. But other than that, this one looks to be pretty doggone restorable. So with that, let's start taking apart and see what we got to work with here. Chassis looks to be in really good condition. It looks to me like they've removed the back wheel chuck thingies there. We'll find that out as we go along, what we got to work with. So let's get our fancy screwdriver out and see what we got. Let's get let's see how these come out here first before I get the big screwdriver. And whoa, I don't like that. That thing just popped right out. They should turn hard. That's almost a sign that either there's something that's broken down in there, or that this has been apart before. So let's see what we got to. That one's just turning free in there. See, that's just turning free. So let's just gently pull on things here. I don't want to take a chance on breaking anything. But so I'm going to take this. I'm going to get some pressure on that. Try and run these screws out. Okay, so that's just coming right loose there. It also makes notice that there's no screw in this one at all. So let's see what we got going on here. This is making me nervous a little bit here. This is making me nervous. Have we been apart before? That comes right off. So that's where this piece here that was laying on the floor. So that actually was loose enough. That came out of there. That goes right onto there. Okay, so that's that. Well, that answers that question in a hurry. This has definitely been apart before. This has absolutely been apart before. So yeah, that just the interior just came right out of there, and it's all broken into pieces, as you can see there. And yeah, so this thing's been apart before. The glass, I'm gonna have to get the motor tool out and do a little cutting on that glass to get that out, because they got the other option that I may do for overnight here. I'm kind of taking a look at some of this right now. to see if I can. I'm not sure about this right here, but I may get this wet, put it in the freezer overnight, and see if I can just pop that loose from that too. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, but I'm actually really thinking what I need to do is just get the motor tool and just cut here and cut there and cut there and there. Okay, there and there. I think that's what I'm going to do with this in here. The glass, there's a scratch on it, but it doesn't seem, it looks more like a scratch. I don't think it's a crack. I think that's just a scratch. That may buff out. Other than that, the glass looks pretty doggone good on this. It's got one little glue spot here. Everything else looks good. The body, boy, it's a mess underneath there though. They did a number on that thing. Okay, so that's the Buick. We'll take those tires and wheels off of that. Actually, it's sometimes what I do with those tires and wheels, what I like to do with those is just tape those off real good. Because once you try pulling those things off of there, what you get is that will break off in there. Of course, then sometimes it's just like that there. And yeah, so we shall. Okay, so now see how this is broken off over here on that? That's what they'll do. So I may go ahead and try and just pull these on out because we'll see what happens with those. So let's set the Buick aside for a little bit. I think probably before I do anything, I'll just throw it down Purple Pond and see what happens. Okay, so let's try the Mercury now. See, here's a giveaway right now. This thing's been apart before because look at this gap down here. This thing's been apart. Okay, what have we got? Easy spin screw. Yep. Yep, the screws are spinning easy. Well, that one's not. That one is not. How about this one? This one's easy. Okay. So let's try this in here a little bit. I may have you off the screen here a minute while I'm doing this. Okay, I'm not going to get out the big screwdriver since I got this. Here's another way that I do this. If I only got one screw and I don't want to go looking for the big screwdriver, is I'll just take that to get my leverage that I need. So, little trick I learned a long time ago. So, okay. So, whoa. What is going on here? What is going on here, people? Okay, whoa, okay, that answers that question. This one has definitely been apart before. And there comes the windows. Interesting. So these have both been, oh man, look at that mess in there. Look at that mess in there. I'm not having high hopes on either one of these. I think both of them are probably going to end up in the junkyard. We're going to put them in the Purple Pond and see what we get. So, yeah, we've got, the interior looks good. Beautiful steering wheel in it. Interior itself looks good. Actually, fairly well detailed for that era. Fairly well detailed for that era. Look at that. The back glass is definitely broken. So, a lot of this will depend on how well these things turn out in the Purple Pond. I'm not holding out high hopes. What on earth? Check this out. Somebody tried to raise that up at some point or another. That's cool. Interesting. Yeah, the different things you come up with on these. Okay, so bumper actually, except for this here. Now it's been glued on here, something on it. So yeah, we're probably going to end up, we'll get it cleaned up, and I'll be showing you how to rust them up and junk them up, I guess. They do still have the original screws. I make sure I hang on to those things. Those are hard to come by. So, that's both the Mercury and the Buick of not high hopes for them, but we shall see. Like I said, I've got years of experience of working on these. It just depends on how good. A lot of it is how good I can get this glass out and how good it is. This one really, except for that chip out there, the body-wise is not bad on it. It's just, mostly just what they've done to that interior. And let me tell you what, a motor tool, get this cut out of here and get in there with the motor tool and do some cleaning up. So yeah, get the glass out of here, get the motor tool in, and basically take that on off. It's not needed now anyway because it's not going to fit there. So, and just sand those things down good. And yeah, so this, like I say, it looks bad, but they all look bad when they start. They all look bad when they start. The Mercury is more a concern with that back window, but glass, you can come up with glass on these things. So we'll see what I can come up with for that. Again, it's just a thing of get the motor tool down in there, get this all cleaned out of here, and see what I can come up with on it. So at this point right now, we are going to do the magical break and put these guys into the purple pond, and yeah, we'll just see what happens with them. Work on getting some tires and wheels off them if we can. If we can't, we will just tape off the tires and wheels and paint the chassis. Now all I'm going to do on that chassis, if I save this, is to simply paint it a flat black and let it disappear. Basically all I'm going to do with it, because it does have, I'm impressed with the detail. For 1959, I am quite impressed with their detail on it. But yeah, for the most part on this chassis, we're not going to get too carried away on it. Same way with the Buick. Buick is in pretty good condition too. The lowering blocks on the back are gone. But we'll figure that out as we go along. 3 screws on it. I think there were all 4 screws were on the Mercury, if I remember right. So, all right. So, back to the purple pond on it. That's the interior for the Mercury again. And the Buick interior, what was it like? It's not bad. I probably really, for what I'm dealing with, well, we'll see whether I'm going to do much with that or not. So, okay, so 1959 Buick, 2-door hardtop, 159 Mercury, 2-door hardtop, originally slated for the Junkyard. We will see, I've got a Junkyard Diorama for those that don't know. And those were originally slated for the Junkyard Diorama. We'll see whether they go in there or whether they make it into the display case. So this is Doug, the Modeling Hermit, and I'm off the air and I'm gone.